What the finance? Oh, wallet romance. Welcome to the 21-day money challenge, an initiative to help and grow your money as much as you can. Use these tips, tricks, and tools in your personal finance as well as your business finance. Share your journey and remember, you're not alone. Show some love by smashing the thumbs up button so that it can reach more people, and do comment on your progress. Are you ready? Let's get started for today. It's day 13 of the 21-day money challenge. And yesterday we saw about the forest principle. Similar to that, today we are going to look at the bucketing principle, right? And with this, we will see how our hero Sid managed to get better control of his money by using the bucketing principle. As the name suggests, create different buckets for your expenses. To start with, have two major buckets and then you can have sub buckets under each of these. The two major buckets are non-negotiable bucket and the negotiable bucket. So as the name suggests, the non-negotiable expenses come under the non-negotiable bucket and the negotiable expenses come under the negotiable bucket. So let me give you examples so that you would understand better. For the non-negotiable expense, the first is the non-compromise bucket. So that is, to give you an example, things like where you're investing in your self-development or self-care, or it could also be some important medical expenses. These are non-negotiable, and whatever happens, you need to incur these expenses. So that is the non-compromise bucket. And then you have the sentimental bucket. So to give you an example, let's say it's your mother's milestone birthday. You would definitely want to get her something, isn't it? So then that comes under the sentimental bucket. And the third bucket under this is the investment bucket. So like we already discussed the importance of investment, the savings part. You have to ensure that you are allocating towards this bucket. It could be your systematic investment plan, whatever sort of investment that you're looking at. So the third under this is the investment bucket. The fourth bucket is what I call the return on expense bucket. This is similar to the return on investment bucket. It's just that, whatever expense that you are incurring, what is it that you're getting in return for spending or for incurring this expense? So if I were to give you a specific example, let's say you're purchasing an expensive book in your domain, or probably you're enrolling yourself for an online course in an area where you want to upskill yourself, right? So while these are expenses, the return that you're getting by, incurring these expenses is probably manifold, because the knowledge that you get, you're probably going to be utilizing it in some form or the other, and this amount is actually going to come back to you. Probably it could be another revenue generation source for you, and therefore this money is going to come back to you, and that is the return that you will get by incurring this expense. And this was just an example. The last bucket under the non-negotiable bucket is the timing bucket. Things where you can't compromise on the timing, probably like your income tax payment or the payment of school fees. So these are things wherein they have to be paid within the particular time frame. So these 5 things are the examples of the non-negotiable bucket. Now let me give you examples on the negotiable bucket. What can be the negotiable bucket? The first one here I would say is the compromise bucket. So things that you can compromise upon. For example, you probably don't need that extra pair of shoes or the extra pair of jeans, right? So this is something you can compromise upon and you can live without. So that comes under the compromise bucket. And then you have the extravagant bucket. In the extravagant bucket are your luxury items, maybe a high-end watch, or probably you want to eat out at a top 5-star restaurant. All that is fine, but do you have enough money to splurge into luxuries is something you need to check with yourself. The third bucket here is the cheat bucket. Wondering what it is? Remember, beginning of every new year, people go to the gym and pay up the subscription for the entire year. The hope that they will be regular to the gym and lose that extra weight. But deep down, they know that probably they're not going to continue after the first month. So you're sort of cheating yourself on that, right? Or it could also be when you go shopping, you have this offer, buy two and get one free. You actually probably need only one, but this offer is tempting you to pick up the extra thing. So and you're cheating yourself there. So be watchful of the cheat bucket. The fourth bucket here is the alternative bucket. Now, when you're going to incur some substantial expenses, do you know what alternate it has, right? Or are you just blindly going ahead with whatever amount that has been told to you? So check for alternatives, get comparative quotes if required, and go for the best decision. I mean, not just from financial terms, but also in terms of the quality and the delivery. So do a holistic study before you actually incur any of the expenses, in appropriate cases, of course. So the last bucket here, the example I want to give you is the delay bucket. Uh, Things that you can delay or postpone. For example, there's probably an online sale that's happening, and you just want to splurge yourself with the online shopping. But maybe you can just wait and delay it or postpone it by a couple of months, and that could also help you. So think through that. So these are just examples that I've given you. So the exercise that you need to do is to create your bucket list, your negotiable bucket and your non-negotiable bucket, and keep it as your blueprint, as your guideline, especially when you are in that urge to save the cash, or you're having a financial challenge at a particular point. These would come in handy. So create your own list. You know the best where you need to be incurring and where you need to be saving your money. So be wise, be prudent with your money, and go ahead, create your buckets. So good luck with it, and catch you tomorrow. Ciao from me, Sangeeta.